Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah has made Islam so easy and the attainment of reward even easier. And one of the greatest favors which Allah has given to this ummah is that of the niyyah, the intention. And it is possibly one of the most underrated deeds, to use that term, one of the most underrated things a person can think of that people take for granted and they don't realize just how great and important it is. When we look in a hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man hamma bi hasanatin, falam ya'malha, kutibat lahu hasana." That the person who intends to do a good deed, he only made the intention to do it, falam ya'malha, but he did not do it. Maybe it slipped his mind and he ended up not doing it at all. Still, kutibat lahu hasana, a good deed is written for him. If he does the deed, obviously the reward that Allah gives him is much higher. But just by intending to do a good deed, his intention alone, Allah gives him reward for that. And you have another narration wherein Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had said, "Niyatul mu'mini khayru min amali," that the intention of a mu'min is sometimes even better than his action. And this is something that every person in his daily life can implement it, and we just don't do so. When a person thinks, certain people think that, I'm not in an Islamic, in a Dini field, I'm not teaching in a madrasa or leading salah or stuff. I'm just a humble bichara, get up, go to my work, things like this here, come home and things, or I'm a woman at home and I cook and clean and this and this and this. So, people tend to think I'm not in that Dini environment, Dini line of work or things of the sort. And yet, the way that Allah has laid things out is that you can get rewarded for each and every single thing. A person can take an example. Many people like to eat chicken. Standard thing across the world, everybody eats chicken. You eat it every day, whether it's your tikkas or your roast chickens, whatever type of thing it may be, but people eat chicken. It's one of the most consumed animals in the world. So people eat chicken. You eat chicken. Every day you get up, you have your chicken, you think nothing about it, you just eat it for the sake of eating it, you like it and things, and you go on. And you get nothing for your eating of that chicken. And then on account of something like a niyyah, you may have that same chicken, the exact same chicken that you are eating every single day of your life, and the only thing that you change is your intention. You eat that chicken or any food for this matter, and you make the intention that, "Allah, I'm eating this food to strengthen my body so that I may worship you." And by eating that food, you get reward. But if it's with chicken specifically, and certain other foods, it is mentioned in a hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ate chicken. So if you eat that same chicken that you were eating every single day, and you add this intention that I'm eating the chicken because of it being something that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ate, then that same chicken becomes a means of reward for you. And you make this intention that I am eating it so that I can strengthen my body to worship you, O Allah, then it becomes a second good deed. You get rewarded for both those intentions. You are eating your same chicken tikka, your chicken kalya, your chicken boti, your chicken whatever it may be, biryani and things, what all, and the only thing which has changed are the intentions that you have put down. One action is exactly the same. You are still eating your food. You are going to eat it in any case. But the thing that has changed is that you have added an intention onto it. And that intention has made the mundane become great. That thing which you were getting no reward for now becomes a means of good deeds piling up for you. And who is there of us who is not in need of good deeds? Everything a person can think of in life. You are going through your life. Everybody goes to sleep. There's nobody who does not sleep. You're going to sleep at some point or the other. So you make the intention when you are going to sleep that, "Allah, I'm going to sleep I'm going to bed by praising you firstly. And by me sleeping, it is to raise this body which is an amana from you, and so that I may get up and perform tahajjud, salah and fajr." This is your intention. You make an intention before going to sleep. Then that 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, however long it is that you sleep, every second of that sleep of yours becomes a means of reward for you. What have you done that is different? Your deed is exactly the same. You are still sleeping. You are still eating. And yet Allah is giving you reward despite nothing as being an action perspective, no action has changed in your life, yet your 24 hours a day has been changed into good deeds, all on account of just your intention. A person has a normal job. Either you work for someone, you've got your own shop, something of the sort like this here. It's not in a dini field, but you go out and your intention is, oh Allah, I am doing this as a means of earning halal rizq, halal sustenance, and this alone is a means of reward for you. And you add an intention that by me doing this as well is to look after my family. It becomes a second good deed for you, because now it is the addition of sadaqah as well, because by you getting that money you will be able to spend it on your family. So you're still going out every day to your work, and your work, which was just work, now becomes a means of sadaqah and reward for you every day. The woman who looks after her house and cleans and cooks and whatever, and that same cooking, that same cleaning and things, she does it, oh Allah, I am doing this to make things easy for my family, for my husband, and stuff of the sort. And that same cooking and that same cleaning and things that she was doing every day now becomes a means of reward for her. That is how easy and how simple Allah has made this deen. And the generosity of Allah is unparalleled. You do so little. You're not even doing anything. You're going to go about your daily life one way or the other. Every day you're going to go to work, you're going to do this, you're going to sleep, you're going to eat, you're going to do all of these things. Only thing you are changing is just you are adding intentions. And the thing is that with Allah, the generosity of Allah knows no bounds. So it doesn't mean that you're eating here, so you're adding one intention. It doesn't work that way. If you can think of 10 good intentions, then Allah will reward you for each and every single good intention that you've got, despite the fact that you, at the end of the day, you are doing one deed. A man can walk to the masjid, and his action of walking to the masjid is one, but he has added 15 intentions. I'm walking to the masjid because walking to the masjid is from the sunnah. I am going to the masjid to perform my salah. I am going to the masjid and I intend to greet any Muslim on the way. And if I see anyone, I will a Muslim, I will help him along the way. If I see anything harmful in the road, I will remove it. This. All of these intentions a person make, and Allah rewards you for every single one of those intentions. Your action is one mundane action that you may be doing, but the reward of Allah and the generosity of Allah is such that Allah does not look at the smallness of your deeds. Rather, Allah looks at the sincerity in your heart and the intentions that you have done along with it. Because as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, innamal a'malu bin niyat, that verily your deeds are judged and will be rewarded as well according to its intentions. The famous Imam Abdullah ibn al-Mubarak rahimahullah, he had said that how many a time is it not that a small deed is made great on account of its intention, and vice versa as well. Sometimes you do a good deed but it gets destroyed on account of its intention. You make a bad intention, your intention is to show off, so you're doing a great deed but your showing off nullifies that reward entirely. Or you do a small little deed that you deem to be insignificant, but it may be loved so by Allah that Allah fills your scales with good deeds as a result of it. So we must never overlook and think it's something small. You know, I'm a sinner, I got a whole life full of evil, what good will this do? The thing is that the one who is rewarding you is the one who will take you to task. So if you are doing everything for the sake of Allah, and that same Allah who will judge you will put it and say, on account of your sincerity and all the goodness that you did and the life you try to lead, I may decide to forgive you today. And Allah forgives you for the sins that you had done, because that is the decision that Allah alone can make. We can't forgive people for Allah's sake. Allah alone forgives. Allah is the forgiver. So if Allah forgives you, then you've still got a mountain of good deeds on your side, and you enter into Jannah, and you think, but I lived a normal life, I did nothing fancy, there was nothing out of the ordinary, I performed my daily salah, I fasted in Ramadan, I did this, I tried to be a good person to the best of my ability, but the reward that you find waiting for you in Jannah is so great, because the generosity of Allah cannot be compared to generosity of the entire world put together. You just cannot compare the two. There is no comparison. Allah is the one, the controller of everything. Everything belongs to Allah. We have to do it. But just on account of us putting one intention, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 intentions, we change things which were seemingly small into things that will be a benefit for us in this world and in the year after. By you making intentions for each action, it also brings a degree of consciousness of Allah into your life, because you are now doing things knowing why I'm doing it. I'm not just doing it for the sake of doing it, I'm doing it for Allah. And by doing that, inshallah, a person's life will also be able to change around, and you'll find yourself coming closer to Allah, because you are keeping Allah in your mind, and Allah will guide you then thereafter. So may Allah grant us the understanding and make us from amongst those people who can love and spend every moment of every hour of every day in His worship and in doing things that are pleasing to Him, and abstaining from things which will bring about His wrath. آمين يا رب العالمين وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.